Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we're going to be looking at the final World Tournament EZA card from this World Tournament, and that is the AGL Grandpa Gohan from the DB Saga banner. Shout out to everyone that was in the stream yesterday. I did a bunch of the ticket summons and managed to get a couple more copies of him because I did not have this guy rainbowed. In fact, I think I only had one dupe, so I managed to pull 2 more copies and get him to 90%. I've built him for full dodge with a little bit of additional. No skill orbs yet. Obviously his full level 10 links. We will go over everything that he does here. He is a Dragon Ball Saga character, so obviously his viability is kind of limited at the moment because this team really does need some buffs. Really, like, you know, a solid new leader. I mean, we did get the Roshi, but the team needs a bit more than that, especially like a new Kid Goku, especially because a lot of these characters, like the Grandpa Gohan cards, really want a Kid Goku on the team. But his super attack effect is that he raises defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, and greatly lowers defense. And then when we look at his passive, he's got quite a decently lengthed passive. Attack and defense 150. 3 key, and then an additional attack and defense 150 when there's an ally or enemy whose name includes Goku Youth. Now, it doesn't say whether that specifies like on the turn, right? Because I have a Kid Goku on the team, but only the one, so they might not be on the same rotation all the time. So we'll see how that works out when we see his stats. He has a high chance to dodge, which is 50%, of course. Then on the first turn, he has an extra 15%, just on the first turn only, so that would be 65. Then he gets an additional chance to dodge 5% per DB Saga ally attacking in the same turn. So on a full DB Saga turn, because it doesn't say self-excluded, so that'll be another 15%. So that puts him up to 80% chance to dodge on turn 1. And then he gets an additional chance to dodge 5% starting from the turn in which he dodges the 5th attack. Then he gets another 8% starting from the turn in which he evades the 8th attack. Then you get an additional attack and defense 150 and a high chance to crit for 5 turns after getting a dodge, and then attacked enemies attack minus 30% for 2 turns. It's very interesting that all of the units from this World Tournament, right, the Pan, 18 and this guy, all seemingly want to be in slot 1 and get some like big benefit from dodging, right? But the thing is, start of turn his defense is only 220k, so you know he gets a big buff after dodging. So you really want him to be dodging that first attack of the turn. We don't have the best starting rotation here. We've got Kamehameha and Turtle School active with Yamcha. I don't have Roshi, so we have Yamcha is one of his 200% leaders. And then we do have a friend, Roshi. But yeah, let's see how we get on here. So we have the extra dodge chance in the first turn. He didn't dodge the super straight away. Let's go. We had a 75% chance to dodge because Yamcha's not a DB Saga character. So instant death. You love to see it. Okay, so we are back. He was on turn 2, so we started off with a slightly different rotation. Now you can see his start of turn defense 262. That will be from the Bulma support. Well, actually, we haven't picked up the orbs yet, so maybe he does have to have the Kid Goku on the turn. Although I suppose, no, actually, yeah, Kid Goku gives support, doesn't he? That's why. Okay, so let's do this. So now we have our intro dodge, and we do actually have a full rotation of Dragon Ball Saga. So we are going to be getting the 80% dodge chance on this first turn here for Grandpa Gohan. And of course, typically then we don't get the orbs to get the support from Bulma. Who is sealed on this turn? Bulma. That's fine, I guess. All right, so let's see. We've got All in the Family active as well, obviously, which is a good defensive link. So there's a dodge. That then gives us a buff. So then we take double-digit damage from the normals. That's fine. 9.2 on his super. That's not bad. Now, the thing is, I don't want to repeat all the same stuff that we say with, like, the World Tournament cards that we've shown off so far. But, like, he definitely is a niche unit. And the problem with these Dragon Ball Saga characters and their EZAs is that Dragon Ball Saga, as I said at the beginning, is a team that definitely needs more buffs. Like we got the Tech World Tournament LR Grandpa Gohan as the latest World Tournament LR. Obviously, he's the one we're fighting out for to get the extra copies of at the moment. He's really solid, but again, like he wants to be run on a Dragon Ball Saga team, which that team is not super great at the moment. Obviously, Roshi, like I said, is an interesting buff for the team. But like I didn't even summon for Roshi because You know, the Dragon Ball, he's not like, him alone doesn't sort of save the Dragon Ball Saga team. I didn't really feel like I needed his leader skill for a bunch of stuff. I think what we'll do here is we'll keep this Krillin on this rotation so we can have him as a slot 1 unit. Him and Yamcha go fairly well together, being Turtle School characters, and then we can get this Roshi floated off because he is a support. Friend Roshi, Rainbow, not Link level 10 though, unfortunately. But yeah, it does provide support to Turtle School characters. So, see, the thing is, I don't want to die this turn. The Yamcha could be a liability, but I also don't want to be wasting the Senzu beans because they can be very useful for making sure your actual showcase unit like doesn't get sealed, as I've mentioned before. But alright, so Krillin tanking like a boss, Yamcha with the 9 mil. It's funny because Yamcha like is a unit that gives a leader skill to some of these like Earthling characters and can make a bridge between like a DB Saga or Turtle School team or something like that, whilst at the same time you can get away with using him sometimes as long as he is actually dodging. I mean, to be fair, he only took double digits from the normal attack on this turn, but then yeah, he dodged all the rest of the attacks. Like, as long as he is actually dodging, he can get through some of these more difficult events. I don't know how well Roshi tanks this without having been able to super. But yeah, I thought he would be fine, but okay. So of course we had this guy in slot. Actually, no. How's he ended up on the same rotation? I must have just floated him previously, yeah, because of the links. So you can see after he gets the buff from getting a dodge, he's at 655k defense now. Now, bear in mind, it's not his first turn, so we lose that 15% dodge. We've got a full DB Saga rotation, so that'll be 65% chance to dodge. And I don't think we got 5 dodges in the first turn, did we? I think we only got 4. Which means as soon as we get 1 dodge here, he will then have that extra dodge chance as well, which is good. It's not like a crazy amount. It means even at max, like after getting the 8 dodges, he goes up to what, 78% chance to dodge total, which obviously is good. But who's sealed on this turn? Is it? Oh, it's the Tech Grandpa Gohan. What's his defense here? 193k. So we're not going to get a crazy heal off of this, but we'll do that. Yeah, so we can take double digits from these normals at least. There's another dodge. So hopefully then on the next turn we should have that buff. 9.5. I mean, he's a unit that you could throw onto a DB Saga team as a character that will ideally just be dodging. It is funny, like I say, the design of these 3 EZAs from this World Tournament are so similar because they're all doing the same thing, right? Like, they're a unit that largely relies on dodge for their defense. They can do some okay damage, but they're not providing support. So, like, the only reason you would really be using them on the team is because you either don't have another option or you're picking them over someone else because of their damage, right? Because dodge is obviously a very risky way to, like, you're not putting them on the team as a defensive unit knowing that you are just going to have to rely on dodge, right? So at least this time we should be able to actually get the orbs for Bulma, which will be helpful. So we can do that. Obviously that will then give Grandpa Gohan the support on the next turn. So yeah, we can go ahead and do that, get the support here, and then Krillin probably just finishes off Buhan here anyway. Or Bootanks, I should say. And there we go. Right, so now we should have our... actually, our dodge buff will have run out, won't it? Because we got it on 10... No, because it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should still have it. Yeah. Okay, so with the support from Kid Goku and Roshi, and the Bulma support from the previous turn, that was 282. Oh, Turtle School's a defensive link, isn't it? Yeah, that gives him he has 900k defense if he's with Roshi with the Turtle School link. But then, yeah, it's Turtle School or All in the Family. 782. 782, yeah. So they both give, is it 20%? Oh, I clicked on the wrong link now. All in the Family, yeah, 20%. Oh, wait, does he? Oh, I'm on the wrong. I was on Goku, that's why. Yeah, looking for the turtle school link, which I believe is 20%. And it's 20% attack as well. I mean, that's really good. The unfortunate thing is we don't really have a slot 1 unit for the turn. What's Roshi's active skill? All allies key 3, attack and defense 30%. I mean, that's really good. So, I mean, if we put you in slot 1, let's go ahead and use Roshi's active skill. So everyone's going to get a buff. And then we get a nice heal. So let's go ahead and do this. So yeah, that puts us up to 1,000,000 defense on the this turn, with him having a 70% chance to dodge, because we have dodged 5 times by now. So we've got a 70% chance to dodge and 1,000,000 defense. And then what sort of attack are we going to get on this turn? There's another dodge. If we get a couple more dodges here, then yeah, we go up to now having the 78% chance to dodge, because we've now got an 8 dodges. I mean, this is the turn where he's obviously going to look very good. Just literally dodges every single attack in slot 1, and then does a 14 million attack. Like, this is the thing. Roshi, especially with that active skill buff, like, you really can make the DB Saga team look impressive in certain rotations, but this team definitely needs some solid buffs. I mean, I know it's a dual Dokkan Fest that people have been asking for years, but, like, imagine if the New Year's dual Dokkan Fest is a Kid Goku versus Demon King Piccolo, and they're, like, top TUR in the game level. This team could definitely be really, really fun. Especially if, like, the Kid Goku as the leader, just like Path to Power Kid Goku, is either providing support or damage reduction to the allies or something like that. Because then even characters like STR Bulma, who'd started to age out a little bit, if she's got a lot of support around her, and especially something like a unit giving her damage reduction, obviously she could then still be usable on the team, is providing a ton of support. Obviously the active skill turn, she has the potential to be really strong. In fact, that should be our next turn, right, for this guy. So let's go ahead and we'll do this. We've lowered his attack as well, which is quite helpful. So yeah, we'll just do this. I don't need to worry too much about him having 24 key. So yeah, I mean, Grandpa Gohan, I think out of the 3 World Tournament EZAs, the funniest thing is he seems solid enough with the units you'd run him with, like with those links like Turtle School, All in the Family, like that kind of thing. Out of the 3 World Tournament EZAs, like we looked at, Pan, 18, and then him, I feel like he has the potential to be the best one in a vacuum. But the problem is with DB Saga and its current standing in the meta, how rarely it gets buffs. And of course, you've got to bear in mind that this Grandpa Gohan is also the hardest one to get out of the World Tournament EZAs, because for some reason they give these DB Saga banner characters EZAs with the World Tournament as well, but they don't give you extra copies of them for beating the missions like they do with the Pan and 18. You just have to summon on that DB Saga banner with the tickets and hope you get him. Because like I say, yesterday I only had this guy with 1 dupe, and then I used, what was it, like 40 odd tickets, something like that. I managed to get 2 more copies of him. So I was quite lucky. But the SSR rate on that banner is definitely not great as it is anyway. But yeah, see, we can get masses of support here now on this turn. Because if we do this for you, so we're at what? Yeah, so he needs to get his buff again now, though. So he really does need to dodge, like, the first attack. But then we can get 7 orbs for you. So we've got that little bit of extra damage reduction. Then we use Bulma's active skill. It's a shame we can't see like the full buff once we've picked up the orbs, but then obviously her getting all of these orbs gives us the support. So we tank for double digits, then we get the dodge, so that gives us the buff. And then yeah, with the Bulma active skill support, got 11.7 mil. So yeah, I mean, this team, you can stack up some very interesting buffs. No additional though, unfortunately. And then we dodge the super. So yeah, 78% chance to dodge, relatively decent defense, especially like after supering. So I don't know, he has the potential to be quite good. Now the problem is, of course, as well, is that he shares the same name with the Tech LR Grandpa Gohan. So if you wanted to run both of them on the team, you've got to keep them off of the same rotation, or else you're forced to, like, you know, have one in slot 1 and the other one in slot 3. Depending on what the new sort of build of a DB Saga team would look like, if it got some buffs, I could see like you know, the Tech World Tournament LR Gohan, Grandpa Gohan seems decent enough to be on main rotation if he has a strong enough team around him. So then you could have this guy on the other rotation. Otherwise, obviously, it's going to be awkward having them together because of the links and everything. But yeah, definitely seems like a very solid unit here. I think we'll end it off here, especially because we've got Yamcha locked and ruining our rotations. But and remember as well, mine is only 90%. So he has level 10 links. Being Rainbow compared to 90% doesn't make a huge difference. It's not like his numbers are going to jump up by an insane amount. But I think he's actually relatively good for a World Tournament EZA, and especially for some of these Dragon Ball Saga cards. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What kind of buffs would you like to see for Dragon Ball Saga? Let me know all your thoughts on that and Grandpa Gohan down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.